a racing team. Take a deep breath. The actual competition begins now. Things are about to get serious.
This is it. The actual race starts now. Let's show them right off the bat what our team can do. Remember, keep an eye on our grip levels and think ahead.
Once again, welcome to the MotorFest. The competition is starting now, and it's starting big.
Impressive skills. Nice move.
The morning sun gives us nice racing conditions, ideal for our drivers to give their best and try scoring the maximum amount of points.
Careful in that curve. Remember that mean hairpin turn. Coming right up. Second lap. Keep it up.
car competition, absolutely anything can happen.
Keep in mind you can make more than one stop per race.
Let's just rewind that one.
We are so happy to welcome you today.
Hairpin turn right after the tunnel. Keep the car on the road. We got a race to win. Third lap. Stay sharp. It's all about going the distance.
And that's the final lap. One more lap to make a difference. The leading drivers just made it past the marina and are about to reach the Manalua Lighthouse.
The finish line is over there. Push that engine.
This race has a winner.
Your next event starts right there. You'll be driving and facing touring cars this time. Different kind of race, but same intensity.
Okay, driver, it's time to switch disciplines, but you've got this. Go fast, be smart, finish first. Everything we talked about regarding your pit lane strategy still applies. Nice move.
The MotorFest series isn't your regular racing event. It's a unique multidisciplinary competition.
You've got options. You can decide to go for an early pit stop and gain positions afterwards, or try widening the gap with your opponents and pit later. This is called undercut and overcut. Your call. Beautiful move. Well done.
One lap has been completed, but there's 4 more to go. No one can predict if all drivers will go the distance. For this race, we got a whole bunch of legends on the track. Ferrari 488 GT3, McLaren Senna GTR, Bugatti Bolide, Lamborghini Essenza. This lineup is out of this world.
In our touring races, you'll have 5 laps to complete. Keep that in mind for your pit strategy. Think about how you want to play it. Three laps remaining.
This is lap 3. 2 more laps after this one.
Okay, time to box. Weather conditions are excellent. Just focus on the track and on your machine. Let's bring it home. Fresh tires. Make good use of them. Fourth lap. Stay focused. Only 1 lap to the finish line. tires are getting worn out. Final straight line. Push all you've got. That was a great race. You definitely stood out with that McLaren. Keep it up.
Is definitely on. You must feel incredible after these first races.
First lap, fresh car. Compared to the others, that race will be short. Only 3 short laps to make a difference. But it doesn't mean strategy gets optional. So think about your moves. You got time to plan a pit stop, but it's also short enough to go for the overcut. Your call. And you got to deal with that weather. Drive fast, but don't get carried away. That rain leaves no room for reckless driving. Beautiful move. The drivers did not come to exchange courtesies. Second lap. That rain is going to cut your visibility. Follow your instincts. You'll be able to reach full speed in the tunnel, but watch out. It'll spit you out into a sharp turn.
The forecast is terrible today and is not expected to get any better for a while. This could have a huge impact on the race.
Your tires are getting worn out. On track. Let's do this. Last lap. Keep pushing.
Final lap. Will this race end with a last-minute twist?
impressive, mate. Incredible driving.
Already in position and waiting for you on the other side of the track. We're going back on the touring side of the competition. Get ready to get behind the wheel of the Acura NSX GT3.
Almost halfway through, mate. Push your pace and don't let the pressure get to your head. You can do this. We've got some long straight lines and 3 difficult turns on this track. Find your optimal pace.
This is our second touring event, and the lineup exclusively features the Acura NSX GT3. This is lap 2. Some drivers are playing their cards right, but it's way too soon to make any prediction.
Save your grip. This race will be intense. There's too much vibration. You need to pit. Push your pace in the straight sections. This car has blasted through 24-hour-long races. You can trust it to get you across the finish line. Box, hit the pit on the next occasion. We got a race to win. Third lap. It's a straight shot. Push it. Try to lose as little grip as possible on the lighthouse turn. You got all your grip back. Make the most of it. Fourth lap.
Drivers are all using the same weapon. Only skill and mindset will make a difference in this race.
Out of turn 5, maintain the performance.
Be kind, rewind.
5th lap. Go for it. Grip levels are slightly going down. Hit the pit ASAP to avoid getting too much vibration. Finish line over there. Go, go, go! Incredible driving. You really made that accurate move.
Okay, Pro Driver. 3 races remaining, and each of them may still turn the tide. Take a moment to recover, and get back in there. Your opponents and make your move as soon as they make a mistake.
impressive skills. Keep your distance during the ascent and attack on the descent after the tunnel. Well done. Beautiful move. Well done.
Lap 2, still much to be done in this race.
Your tires are getting worn out. Keep the tire management in mind. We got a race to win. Third lap, full throttle. Be smart with the brakes. Get out of that corner with as much speed as you can. Well, that was some pro driving. Only 2 races left.
Competitions are some of the most incredible motorsport events in history. Endurance racing at its peak. Do you see where I'm getting with this? Well, you guessed right. The next race is going to be one of the toughest. Not 24 hours long, but long enough for you to think things differently.
another touring race, the longest. This is endurance racing. That means longer laps and more pit stops. Adjust your strategy.
This race will be the longest of the competition and also the last one to feature touring cars.
You started this race with clear skies, but you'll finish it in the dark. Beware, it'll change your whole perception of the circuit. Don't be shy in the turns. The Bugatti Bolide's slick tires give you excellent grip. An Alpha car's got nothing on this machine. That's the second lap. You've lost some grip. Think about your pit strategy and be smart about it.
Once again, the lineup is made of racing legends only, and the drivers will have to be on top of their game to handle these demanding 5 laps through uncertain weather conditions.
Back in the race. Lap 3. You know what to do. You've got to take this next turn at high speed. Punch it. Remember the strategy. Head back to the pit when you lose your grip. Preserve your machine. back in the race. Only 2 laps left. Losing daylight. Don't let the spotlights distract you. We're watching a sensational race. In the race. Last lap. Push. Go, 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 go! You've got a downward slope now. Use it to pick up speed. Great driving. We might just win this thing.
For the epic conclusion of this MotorFest Series Championship, the grand finale. When you cross that finish line, you'll be somebody else. Go, driver!
Grand finale, the ultimate race of our MotorFest Championship.
This is it, mate. Grand finale. Everything we've worked for pays off here. You know what you have to do. Give it everything.
Who will come out as the MotorFest champion? Time in the competition, racers can enjoy the racetrack's signature water bridge.
The bridge exit is tricky. Stay sharp. Second lap, hold on. You've lost some grip. Think about your pit strategy and be smart. You've got a top machine in that Red Bull. RB18 is the latest model with more aggressive aerodynamics and a powerful Honda engine. Made for the finish line. Watch out on the bridge. It can mess with your perspective. Amazing pace. There's too much vibration. You need to pit. Brand new tires, full grip, go! Last lap. We can do it, mate.
This is unbelievable. The very last lap of the competition. One single lap in mere minutes that may change everything.
Prep for the turn after the cave.
The championship started with an Alpha Grand Prix matchup, and that's also how it will end.
final sprint. Give it everything you've got. Push! Yeah, buddy! We're the champs now! Those fireworks are for us!
Don't forget to grab your reward vehicle, driver. Congratulations, driver. You raced through so many twists and turns. That's what motorsports are all about. You'll find your grand prize waiting for you near the entrance gate. Just take it slow. Not sure it's street legal. MotorFest Series playlists are the best way to prove your competitive skills. So as soon as you feel good enough, go and compete once again against the best pilots on the island. You've pushed it to its limits. Now it's yours. New Red Bull RB18. Not everyone can boast of owning a real Alpha GP car. Giving a brand new playlist a go. A new playlist experience is here. Hey driver, what's up? You're about to enter a very special and exclusive MotorFest experience, in which you'll get to trade the steering wheel or a remote controller. MotorFest and Phaser our partner RC Car Brand are bringing you a nostalgia-infused playlist where micro-tech meets micro-scale possibilities. Reset everything you think you know about driving. These remote-controlled cars are something else. Always at your disposal.
Day 4 of my glorious French sojourn. I was staying at Bugatti's for another day, and as the icing on the cake, Bugatti served me one last exclusive piece of art on a plate. The Bugatti Vision GT. Another car originally designed for the video game industry that made it to the real world, for my pleasure and yours. If you're currently driving this car, and I believe you are, be cautious. This car may be a jewel. Once awakened, she becomes a beast. time with Bugatti and the French section of my tour were coming to an end. My next destination, Germany.
A new playlist just opened up.
My last day in Germany led me to Mercedes for yet another thrilling ride. My ultimate appointment in this country was set with the breathtaking Mercedes AMG 1. The one and only, as Mercedes would say. Like all the German machines I had the pleasure to admire over the course of my trip, the Mercedes AMG 1 was indubitably on the powerful side. That's an understatement, as the 1 was built from the dream of bringing Formula One technology to the road. A dream that was meant to come true. Everything in this car screams Formula One. Powertrain, materials, interior. And I believe world champion Lewis Hamilton himself helped Mercedes in the development of this car. To the driver who'll get behind the wheel of this machine in the festival, you're probably not ready. My German trip was ending wonderfully with this Mercedes AMG 1. I was content and and ready to move on to the last part of my trip.
Let's give the new playlist a spin. The next one is bound to be breathtaking.
Despite its rare and premium nature, luxury cars can take many forms and come from many places. Of course, they often come from well-established luxury manufacturers, and I was about to see a lot of these on my journey. But my visit at Genti has shown us that a luxury car can bloom from the vision and passion of a single person. And today, my second stop in France has shown that luxury cars can also come from manufacturers that usually keep their distance from the luxury world. Everyday car manufacturer, Citroën, and their famous Citroën GT. The GT is a car which, according to its 25, the same year as this European trip. Talk about apropos. This car was originally made for a video game, but it had such an impact that they decided to make it a reality. At the time, the possibility of having the GT be mass-produced was real. But in the end, the incredible vehicle would remain a concept car for the world to admire and a very privileged few to drive.
Shame in trying again.
Kodiak alone and this Citroën GT, my tour was off to a great start. And it was only the beginning.
A new playlist experiences. Here.
Bentley. Could I really go on a tour of the greatest luxury car brands of Europe without stopping by this prestigious manufacturer's headquarters in Crewe? Impossible. So, there I was, at Bentley, face to face with splendid machines, and notably, the Bentley Mulliner Bacala. The Bacala is gorgeous and impressive from afar, but also incredibly well crafted from up close. I was dealing with the elite of British luxury and design refinement there. Extremely exclusive. Only 12 units have been made. Produced by Mulliner, the oldest coach builder in the world, and a serious token of quality. But, needless to say, such prestige comes with a significant price tag. Just like this beautiful day with Bentley, my trip was slowly coming to an end. My next stop will be the last of this Luxury Chronicles journey.
Time for something fresh and new. Always it. Your disposal.
My Germany tour is officially on. After an incredible first stop in Stuttgart, I had the distinct pleasure of spending a day with Apollo Automobile and an absolute marvel of a car, the Apollo Project Evo. This car, which is still under development as I write these lines, is definitely one of the boldest and most aggressive-looking cars I've seen in my long career. The active aerodynamics, the fins, that... My Germany tour is officially on. After an incredible first stop in Stuttgart, I had the distinct and an absolute marvel of a car, the Apollo Project Evo. This car, which is still under development as I write these lines, is definitely one of the boldest and most aggressive-looking cars I've seen in my long career. The active aerodynamics, the fins, that rear spoiler, and X-Light signature. Everything in this car's design screams, you're getting eaten alive. And this interior, you really have to see it to believe it. Nothing short of a superhero car. There's only one existing prototype at the moment, the one I just got the chance to discover. Note to self, I really must convince Apollo to lend this car to MotorFest for our upcoming Luxury Cars playlist. fine materials and high-precision craftsmanship. But it is also the freedom to embrace a hardline approach and go all the way.